Hello there. It's Look Movie Recaps again. Today I'm explaining a 2022, action, thriller and vengeance movie called Kate. The movie starts with Kate, a professional and a hired assassin, and her handler and trusted mentor Varric. They are going to eliminate a target that they have been following for the last 7 years in Osaka. Varric emphasizes Kate not to blow their chance, because they have worked for this moment for the last 7 years. Kate tells him not to worry because she hasn't missed any target in the last 12 years, so she is not going to miss today. He trusts her. He gives Kate her favorite drink, Boom Boom Lemon, and she proceeds for the mission. She finds 2 guards on the entrance. She pretends to be looking for the way to Shitano Temple. When they are abstracted, she beats them up and closes the door. She climbs up the same building with her rifle to try look for a strategic position. The yakuza member steps out of his car and presents himself as a target, but Kate resists taking the shot because a child has unexpectedly accompanied him. She ultimately shoots the target, after her contact convinces her that it's the only chance she has to eliminate the target. Kate shoots and kills his target, leaving the child crying out loud, indicating he was her dad. Taking you back in the past. Kate was adopted by Varric when she was still young. She received intensive training in weaponry and warfare from Varric, who she regards as her father. Eventually, she was accepted into his exclusive group of assassins. In the present, she meets with Varric to show her discontentment in her previously finished mission, saying they only have one single rule to abide by: no involvement of kids. Varric told her that nobody knew that she will be there. Then Kate expresses her need to have a normal life that she never had and tells Varric that if she finishes the mission, she is out. Varric doesn't look so happy with her decision. Later that evening, she decides to go out for a drink. She meets a guy called Steven. They have a chat and later they spend the night together. In the morning, Varric informs him about his next and presumably last target, with the exact location and time. When she is at her vantage point with her rifle, she starts getting drowsy. When her target arrives, it gets worse and she misses it. She tries running after her target in hopes that she will get a better shot, but all in vain. She gives up and now it's time to escape from the scene because the yakuza members are now searching for the shooter. She comes down the building although she is not feeling so well. She steals a car and drives off on a terrific speed while the police is after her. Kate gets drowsy again and she gets involved in a terrible accident. After some time, she wakes up in the hospital and she is informed by the doctor that she has a radiation poisoning, which is caused by polonium-204, and that she is left with only 24 hours to live. At that moment, she remembers a drink she shared with Steven, a guy she spent the night with at her apartment. She takes time to process everything, then she starts her escape. She wears doctor's clothes to disguise as one. She steals a gun from an officer. She grabs one doctor, she puts him on gunpoint and tells him to find him some injectable stimulants that will keep her moving. She grabs his car keys as well and she moves out. She then goes looking for Steven, to find out who sent him. She knocks the door and when he opens, Kate hits him hard and fell down in presence of his wife. She asks him who sent him to poison her. Steven tells her that she wasn't aware that it was poison. He tells her the name of who sent him. Kazuo Santo, who belongs to the Kojima clan of the Yakuza. Steven's wife pleaded for mercy from Kate, and she spared them because she realized they are collateral damage. She used their washroom to get some medication and new clothing. Later Kate went to meet with Varric to inform him that she was poisoned. Varric asked her who did it to her. Kate replied that it's what she is trying to figure out. Then she tells him to tell her the person who gave him the job to kill her previous 2 targets. He is hesitant to say, but Kate tells him that he won't get any more questions from her since she is going to die soon. He says a man named Kojima. He goes ahead and say that the man he assassinated in Osaka was Kojima's brother. And Kojima is the man that he failed to assassinate in her last mission. Varric tells her that it's Kojima avenging his brother's death. Kate asks how she can get to him and he tells her that Kojima doesn't surface, not after Osaka. And last night was a very rare opportunity. Kate asks him about Kazuo Santo. He replies that those are some of his guys that hang out in a place called Black Lizard. She immediately goes to the said place. When she reaches, she finds her way inside and she shoots one guy on spot and faces Kazuo Santo and asked him why he poisoned her. She later asked him where she can find Kojima, but she couldn't answer and she shot him dead. While interrogating the other remained man, A group of men armed with swords enter and she takes him as hostage and tells the others to put their swords down, which they did. She asks them where Kijima is. But nobody replies to her, so she shoots him, but unfortunately she is out of bullets. They now get a chance to attack her and she engages them one by one. After she kills everyone, she is left with one guy. He is so frightened, he tells her about Ani, Kijima's niece, and where to find her. She goes to a nightclub they directed her to. She starts looking for her until she finds her. She realizes that it is the same girl that was in Osaka when she shot her dad. She beats up her 2 bodyguards and she grabs her and takes her. Kate's plan is to use Ani to lure Kijima out into the open, but when they move out of the club, Ani runs and Kate goes after her. She shoots a bullets and Ani stops and surrenders to Kate. She asks her to call Kijima, and Ani says she doesn't have his number. Kate asks her how she gets in touch with him and she tells her that she calls Renji. Kate tells her to call Renji, which she does. Kate grabs her phone and talks to Renji herself. She tells him that if Kijima wants to see her again, he should meet her at the Center Park in an hour or else she dies. Kate goes to treat her wounds with Ani in the bathroom, and later she ties Ani in a washroom and goes to meet with Kijima in the said place. When she encounters them, they start shooting at her, indicating that their mission is killing her. She starts fighting them, but they are too many. On the other hand, Ani unties herself, but when she gets out of the washroom, Renji's men are outside. She thinks they have come to rescue her, but on her surprise, they point guns at her. She starts begging for her life, but they continuously tell her that she is a bastard and they are tired of her. When they are almost shooting her, Kate arrives, shooting all of them down, and she saves her. With no other place to go, since all her family wants her dead, she decides to follow Kate, offering to help her since she is in a bad condition. While Kate is still hesitant, Ani tells her that she knows someone who can lead her to Kijima. Right there, she gets drowsy again, but this time she falls down. Ani passes her stimulant injection to her and she injects herself, and then she gains consciousness. Ani is so intrigued with her situation, she asks if it's Kijima's doing. And we all know it is. Kate accepts to stay with her. Ani gets her some new clothes and they go get something to eat while they plan their next move. Ani mentions that there is only one lead to Renji, and it's his boyfriend Jojima. She further gives her the intel and direction of Jojima's fancy house. Later that same evening, Ani comes to the security of the building that they are targeting. She claims to have escaped from a goon who had her tied up. The security took her to Jojima. When she reaches, she told Jojima that she wanted her to meet someone. Kate shows up with a gun pointing at Jojima. She asked where Renji was, but Jojima asked what she wanted to do with him. Jojima tells Kate that she may do to him what she wants, but she won't be disclosing his whereabouts. Shortly, Kate is distracted by loud music that Ani put on, so Jojima gets a chance to engage her. After Ani has hit Jojima, she panics because it was her fast time killing someone. But Kate manages to calm her down. They search the house for clues that may lead them to Renji. Kate finds an automatic rifle and a pistol, and Ani checks Jojima's phone and she finds an application that tracks where Renji is and where he will be next. Later they track them and Ani stands in the middle of the road to stop Renji's car. She simulates Kate's shots that kill the 2 guys that were in the front seats of the car. Kate continues shooting until Renji moves out of the car. She asks him where to find Kijima. Renji asks Ani why she is doing all that, yet they are family, but she put him at gunpoint and asked him, "A family that killed my father and wants me dead?" Renji didn't know where Kijima is, but he mentions that whenever he is leaving, he says, to be amongst family, something he doesn't know what it means, but when Ani hears the statement, she tells her that she knows where he is. So Kate hits Renji with a batstock on the head and he passes out. And they leave to go find Kijima. On their way, Kate phones Varric telling him that he found him, and he is going to finish him. He tells her to tell him where she is so he can come and pick her right away, but Kate tells him not to bother because she will be dead anyway and she hangs up. They get a taxi and head to their destination. When they reach, Ani narrates that it's an old house and nobody knows about it, it's where they all grew up. On the entry, Kate tells Ani to go on, and leave her finish this. She tells her that she barely can stand, but Kate tells her she has to finish it alone. She tells her that she is still a child, and she should go live her life as a kid, she will grow and forget all that happened. She tells her to go take control of her life. And then Kate went inside to face Kijima. While she is going inside, she gets drowsy again and she injects herself with the stimulant injection. Ani couldn't go anywhere, she stayed outside with hopes of Kate coming back for her. When Kate sets her eyes on Kijima, she asks if she poisoned her because he was avenging his brother she killed in Osaka. Kijima replied to her that she doesn't matter to him because she is just an instrument, and only his family matters to him. He continues telling her that the death of his brother is not because of her, but rather the envy he failed to see taking over his family, the Western disease that spread faster than cancer to one of his own, Renji. He further told her that they couldn't let her leave to tell the tale and that's why they are in the same place, both betrayed by their families. On the other hand, Varric arrives outside and finds Ani seated, waiting for Kate. He starts brainwashing her, telling her that she doesn't know anything about Kate. He tells her that Kate killed her father and now she has gone to kill his only remaining family. Back to Kijima and Kate, he tells her that she expected loyalty, as did he, but they are both getting what they deserve. He calls Varric a smug Westerner, he takes and takes, until there is nothing to take. He further extends his pity for her, for having been used her entire life, to her last breath. He then tells her to go ahead with what she came for. She pointed a gun at him and a bullet is heard from the outside. She comes out, only to find that Ani had been already brainwashed by Varric, so she shoots Kate and follows Varric to his car. Later we see Kijima holding one of her simulant injection and Kate coming back to consciousness. She injects herself and then they left with Kijima so she spared him. On the other hand, Varric takes Ani to go meet with Renji. Here we learn that Renji called for the poisoning of Kate, and all killings were engineered by Varric and Renji. Varric blames Renji for having poisoned his girl, but Renji apologizes. At this time, Ani realizes that these two are the bad guys, not Kate as she was made to believe. They shake hands and Renji welcomes him to the yakuza family. On the other hand, Kate and Kijima are going to rescue Ani, but most importantly, she is going to avenge her wasted life and betrayal she got from someone she thought was family. They reach their destination with Kijima's army and they start making their way to their targets. They shoot and kill everyone who crosses them. They find an ambush inside but they manage to overcome it. At this moment Varric tells Renji to take care of Kijima and leave Kate to him, and they part ways. They meet with Kijima, he throws a sword to him so as they fight in their tradition samurai way. Kijima doesn't get any hardship in eliminating Renji. He beheads him so easily. Kate also locates Varric, who is also holding Ani at gunpoint. Kate apologizes to Ani, the two have a fast draw and Varric is fatally shot. Ani runs to Kate but she sends her to Kijima. He applauds her for the nice shot and he dies. Ani then helps Kate to walk outside to the roof, where Kate, finally at peace with herself, dies. The film ends. If you've watched this far, thank you. Subscribe for more of such videos. Have a great day.